Doc McStuffins Run Down Racecar. Doc and Donnie are getting ready to race. Donnie puts Ricardo race car at the starting line. Doc picks up a yellow race car and puts it next to Ricardo's. After Ricardo beats your car, he's going to be ready for the championship's best race car ever race, Donnie says. Let's get this race going, Doc says to her brother with a smile. The racers start their engines and they are off. Ricardo takes the lead. Doc and Donnie watch as the cars zoom around the track. One more lap to go before Ricardo wins the race, Donnie cheers. But wait! On the last lap, Ricardo begins to slow down. Doc's yellow race car zips past him and crosses the finish line first. You won, Donnie yells. That's not possible. Donnie's eyes fill with tears. He throws the remote control to the floor. I'm sorry, Donnie, says Doc. Dad comes in to see what's wrong. Donnie, I think you need a nap, Dad says. But I'm not tired, Donnie says. Then he yawns. Why don't I see if I can fix Ricardo? Doc says. Great idea, Doc, says Dad. Dad steers Donnie to his bedroom. If you get some sleep now, it will recharge your batteries, Dad says. I'll fix Ricardo before your friend Luca gets here for the big race, Doc added. Doc carries Ricardo to her clinic while Donnie naps. Her stethoscope begins to glow. Then magically, all her toys come to life. Stuffy sees what Doc has in her hand. Ricardo race car, says Stuffy. I'm his #1 fan. Ricardo wonders why he is being carried. This is the greatest race car there is. Surely he can race his way across the backyard. You haven't been going as fast as usual, Doc explains. I'm worried something must be wrong with you. Ricardo doesn't know what Doc is talking about. He is faster than race cars all around, but when Doc puts him on the ground, he sputters and stops. But I have a big race today, Ricardo moans. Donnie's counting on me. It's time for Doc to give Ricardo a checkup. She lifts his hood and looks at his engine. Everything looks okay there. Can you give me a big vroom vroom? Doc asks. Ricardo tries, but his vroom doesn't have a lot of power in it. Haley thinks Ricardo looks worn out. You raced a bajillion times last night, right? Doc asks. Yes, this is true, said Ricardo. A bajillion times exactly. Doc knows what's wrong. My diagnosis is no vroom-vroomatosis, she tells Ricardo. Ricardo needs to recharge his battery. Doc asks Dad to plug Ricardo into the charger. Before long, Ricardo's battery turns green. By the time Donnie's nap is over, Ricardo will be all revved up. Later on, Donnie's friend Luca comes over to play. Donnie puts Ricardo race car at the starting line. Luca picks up his car and puts it next to Ricardo. The racers start their engines, and they are off. On the last lap, Ricardo begins to speed up. "Go, Ricardo, go!" cheers Doc. The last zip past Luca's car and crosses the finish line. Ricardo wins. "Thanks, Doc," says Donnie. "You're the best big sister in the whole wide world." Doc's tips for recharging your battery. Your body needs time to rest so you can have energy to play. Go to bed early. Take naps if you're feeling tired during the day. After you run and play, get plenty of rest.